Anyway, whatever, YouTube stuff.
HoonTV!
Well, I'm back at AAA powder coating. It's one of my favourite places to come because things come in looking boring and they come out looking shiny. Thanks to this guy here. So they do stuff like this. They've done all of my wheels over the last couple of years. Doing some Holden Commodore wheels here, but they also do lots of industrial stuff like fences and enormous beams and staircases and stuff. This old mate with a whole bunch of stuff to get powder coated. No pressure. He goes to Derrimut, so he must be pretty strong. So that's all there. That'll get acid etched and then just going to be in satin black. And actually pretty happy with these welds. They're still not amazing gorgeous welds, but they're pretty good and they're pretty strong. I used to have just a couple of tech screws holding that on, and I've got up there and TIG welded that all in there. I'm pretty happy with these ones. The rest of it on the bottom, I've left these ones without flattening them out because I just didn't want any big daggy areas. The powder coating sort of hides the lot of your sins. On the top I've smoothed them all out though because that's got to have the sheet on there, so they're all smoothed and flat so that the sheet will sit nice and flat on the material. Got all the pre-drilled holes for the rivets, so that's all good there. And under here, this is the front trim panel. This is the piece of beam here that holds, damn it's freaking cold today, that holds the top of the tailgate on. These are for the bottom of the tailgate, that's for the fuel tank. There's my wing, see, satin black, they're all over it. That's my little bracket I made here for my Outech IC7 dash. So that basically goes onto the steering column with a hose clamp around it because I didn't want to weld to the column. And that's the puke tank that old mate that did all the rest of my fabrication that's being redone done. That was the best thing he did and the only thing that's staying in the car. This is my slightly not as good as I'd like it to have turned out belly pan. I made it out of too thin a material I think, and then I decided to etch it, and then I accidentally warped it a bit, so I had to go in and double sheet it or just completely remake it. And I thought, you know what, I'll just run the risk, I'll do this. If it turns out to be a complete mess, I'll go make it again. And then that's my parachute bracket. I tried to blast this, but because it's got powder coating on it from last time, the powder coating was just too damn thick. So these guys are going to blast that for me. So yeah, as always, yeah, AAA's always do an amazing job with my stuff and they're really good dudes. So yeah, big thanks to them, and I'll be back in a few days to come and pick up some shiny stuff. Looking forward to it. Alright, so that hose there goes to this machine here, which is, well, part of a dry ice blasting system. And the theory for today is that we try and fix this disgusting mess that is under my car that I've already tried to start cleaning. And yeah, that's gross. So that is the factory floor under all that black stuff that I'll try to wipe off. Yeah, it's too hard to get off, but thinners and Prepsol and all that. So this guy here is going to try and blast it off. Alright, quick update, and he's just having a break here, and look at that, it's all clean and tidy again. Still a little bit to do around here, but it's looking $1 million compared to that junk that was on it before. And then next week, once this is all done, then we can get it in and put the Raptor on it, and then it'll look $1 million even more. So, perfect. It's a messy job, but someone's got to do it. Yeah. And it's loud too, this thing, yeah. Remember this guy from the Land Cruiser videos? Wow, I've got it on super view, look at that. Look.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so it's Wednesday. I'm at George Gutierrez Motorsport, and I've got the car on the hoist here thanks to Tori over there. Tori is one of the guys that helped me build the Land Cruiser, and he's now here. Yeah, basically on the weekend I had Ruben do the dry ice blasting under the car, and it's come up $1 million. Still needs a little bit of cleaning up here and there, but it's gotten to the point where he's he's done most of his job. He's coming back here on Friday just to finish off a few loose ends. But what I'm actually going to do today to prep this thing for it is to actually pull the diff out. And really the only things that are holding the diff in is the 2 shock absorbers and the 2 front ladder bar bolts. So other than that, it should pretty much fall out. So I'm going to lower the car back down and then start undoing bolts and get it ready. So yeah, should be pretty easy, and then just put it on these go jacks here and then shuffle it out of the way, and then I can start actually getting up in there and start scraping some of it out preemptively just to make Ruben's job a bit easier. But as you can see, the dry ice blasting is pretty awesome. It leaves pretty much like a factory finish there. It doesn't take any meat off or anything like that. Once we get back on here, we've just got to like scuffle this up. So yeah, pretty good. Alright, this is the disgusting crap we have to deal with inside the wheel arch all the way around, and yes, I did put it on, so I'm to blame, but at the time I thought it was going to dry, so it didn't, and it's gross. But on the other side, that's what happens when you get a razor blade and start scraping it off. So I've done one side now. It still needs to be dry ice blasted just to finish off and get all the bits I couldn't get, and then get that nice clean finish ready for us to start again. But yeah, heck of a job, but someone's got to do it. And there's Tori again.
Hello.
Right, so here's Ruben. Ruben is the man who's done the dry ice blasting. Let's have a look under the car.
Yeah, let's
and
have
point
a
some stuff out.
Yeah, that's what we get with the dry ice blasting.
And I mean, what is dry ice blasting?
So basically it's a combination of CO2 with air compression. So basically we get the 3mm pallets, and then we hit with the air compression. So basically the CO2 freezes all the particle, and the air pressure just peels off like a butter.
Yeah, nice. And I think a lot of people probably don't know much about it yet, but sort of people compare it to soda blasting and grit blasting, but that eats into everything and takes...
Yeah, so and also that's the benefit on CO2. It doesn't actually harm any surface. So we can hit engines, cables, you pretty much name it. Don't really take much rust. A lot of people think dry ice blast is good for rust. Depending on what you really want to do with a rust situation, yeah, it's not the best way to go, but it definitely can help. But yeah,
well, let's have a look here. So basically this whole underside of the car was black and disgusting because it had tar on it, but this is actually what the car looked like originally from the factory, and now it's basically back to this, obviously with all the extra bar work and bits and pieces. But what Ruben's done is he's cleaned it to the point where we can prep it and redo the whole thing again with Raptor. Even up in the wheel tubs here, I made his day by taking...
Oh yeah, you really did help me.
It was very thick, and I blame myself because I painted it on there, but thankfully it came off really easy with a razor blade. Yes. And now he's just done the clean-up job to just get the remnants off it, which he's done an amazing job of. You can tell he's quite passionate about what he does because he's there working his butt off to get it done. So yeah, we're all pretty good here. So yeah, now we can go back and do it and
finish it off.
Yeah.
And race it.
Yes, I definitely need to do that. So yeah, thank you very much.
You're
I'm going to give you one of these. Yep.
If you need it, we're always here for everyone. So.
Oh yeah, and how do people find you, and if they want their car done?
You can find me on adelaideblasting.com.au, that's our website, or obviously on our Facebook page, or on Instagram, Adelaide Blasting. Or yeah, contact us on 045 22 33 194. That's my personal number, and I'm more than happy to help anyone whatever I can and when I can.
Alright, I've got 14% battery left, and here's what's happened. Change of plan and a different direction. The car is all now black underneath. Probably a few little touch-ups here and there to do, but I'm pretty happy with where I've got it to today. Went basically sanded down every nook and cranny and cleaned it, and then waxed and degreased it and did every little bit and piece. And change of plan, not using the Raptor liner, still great product, and I now have a bunch of Raptor liner left over from when something else happens with the Land Cruiser, but I decided to just hit it with good old-fashioned Rust-Oleum, and the finish is awesome. So yeah, Tori and I over there discussed it, and the thing is as well is that it is a drag car, so Rust-Oleum's just spray paint, so it's lightweight, and it's on there now and it looks great. So I've had really good success with this stuff before as well. So it's all in the engine bay of the Land Cruiser and a few other spots there, and just basically super easy to put on. And now it means that rather than waiting till next week, pretty much this is on, and it only went on a couple of hours ago and it's already dry, so pretty much ready to put the diff back in and get it on the trailer and get the thing out of here. Next step. And now, to put the engine back into the ute for the 450,000th time. Car building life. Anyway, whatever, YouTube stuff. Alright, quick update. It's freezing. I've got my Raceworks beanie on, thank you, Jamie and Scott. And the engine's back in, so there we go. Just got that other front guard on there now. I've made a little change I mentioned here, and also I've done a pretty boxer job of filling in this here. Just needs a little bit of panel bedding now, but it's in, just needs a little filler on it and stuff like that. Haven't cut that yet because I want to make sure that that's in the right spot, but I did relieve the back there. There's a bit of extra bracing there that I've taken out. But on to in the engine bay though. The engine is sitting the same way it's always sat in recent times, but now I've actually got this PRP coil bracket, and I'm actually going to turn on these lights because it's bloody dark in here. Alright, that's better. Got the PRP coil bracket in there with the two IGN 35 coils sitting there now. Obviously haven't got all 6 coils sitting in there, but this is the point where I just needed to check a few things, which bonnet clearance probably mainly on the front one, but then also because this is a new coil, originally the other coil sat lower. Now I may actually have to move the accumulator back. I've just got to check, but worst case scenario, it's just a bracket. Other than that, there is room there for that. Yeah, it's pretty much ready to go back on the trailer and then head off to Johnny Tig to get on with the plumbing again. So yeah, looking forward to that too. He's an awesome dude, so should be good. Let's check and see if this damn coil fits, because if it doesn't, chop and change again. Alright, so that's a hose clamp. I'll show you what that's for in a second. And I've got this all sitting in now. I've modified the bracket here, which that goes on, bit of welding, bit of messing around, and changed that. That's all good. I've also replaced the ball valve there just with a solenoid valve, because that's going to be controlled by the Haltech, which is fantastic. And everything's kind of sitting in there. The PRP coils are all in place. I've got them all test fit up with the wiring loom there. That'll feed in through the firewall just nicely. Other than that, inside the car, just messing around, I've just ordered a nitrous kit. So these Raceworks nitrous bottle brackets, which kind of thinking about mounting up in here. So if I do have a passenger in there, there's either going to be no nitrous in there, or they'll just have to put their feet either side of the bottle, but that shouldn't be a problem, because unless somebody's got super wide feet. Other than that, powder coating came back the other day. Got the frames all nice and black powder coated. Pretty happy with that. So that's going to go back on here after some paint work has been fixed. Pretty much just been messing around. I actually purchased one of these, which is amazing. It's a Milwaukee cordless rivet gun, and I've got heaps of rivets for doing everything I need to do. Up in my mezzanine up here, I've got the wing, which is all powder coated black, which went for that satin black look because I like that. Plus, you know, stuff like the Raceworks fuel tank, that's all satin black already, so works out really nicely. And this little beast over here has been getting an absolute hammering, which is fantastic. You like my new stickers, actually. Thought I'd pimp up my welders. But as usual, The bench was clean yesterday and now it's a mess again because it was flat out today trying to get those changes done. There's the bike, which you would have seen in the video I've just put up the other day. And finally, to end this video, well no, actually there's a couple of other things. This hose clamp, literally I'm going to do like motorbike style, and under here where the Ryco Syntec filter is, off the bottom, I'm going to put that on there, and then basically that'll just be linked with a spring and some sort of lock wire type setup, so that it'll be on there so that the filter just can't spin off, because nobody wants that to happen, because that's not fun. But anyway, so the last couple of things are I'm getting rid of the brake master cylinder and booster setup and going for a Willwood 7/8 master cylinder. Just something I probably should have done ages ago. It means I don't have to have the vacuum pump and vacuum tank and all that sort of thing. On top of that, ordered the nitrous bottle like I was saying, and then other than that, we're going for a 16 volt system now instead of a 12 volt system. That's some discussion between Brett from All Trade and Mitch from Mackie partly because we've got electric fuel pumps, these massive coils, plus we're running a Howtech and also methanol. So apparently the experts say, and these guys are the experts, that's why I'm calling them that, 16 volts going to make it just have, you know, better spark and better startup and everything like that. So unfortunately the brand new alternator I bought for this, which is an FG Falcon one, that's got to go back on the shelf. And then if anyone needs a brand new FG Falcon alternator, let me know. And I'll be getting a 16 volt one. There was discussion of running no alternator and just having the battery and charging it each time. That's kind of what you do in motorbikes, called total loss systems. There are future plans to potentially do drag week in America or something with this car if all the stars align. So I'd rather have an alternator and have a system that just charges itself. So that's going to happen. And then other than that, it's all coming together. Gonna cap this video off, finish this, and then the next time you're seeing this car, it will be at Johnny Tiggs. And I'm really looking forward to it because he's an awesome dude. Gonna get a bunch of stuff done, so looking forward to introducing to him if you've never met him before. Very cool dude, very talented, and just another awesome person that I get to work with this car. So